What's going on, everybody? We are back with a brand new video, and I'm going to go ahead and roll right into today's subject. The gentleman you see, I use that term loosely, pictured on your screen here is Oklahoma City Thunder guard Josh Giddey, who is getting some attention, not what he should be getting, but at any rate, for all the wrong reasons. So, to kind of get into it, allegedly, thank you, legal department. Allegedly, Giddy has a penchant for girls of the underage variety. So some social media posts came out with him being pictured with an underage girl, and allegedly he's been in an inappropriate relationship with not prepubescent but pre-legal ladies here. And the story kind of emerged late last week, and at Oklahoma City Thunder practice last Friday, Giddey declined to comment, as was the case with the Thunder's coach, whose last name I cannot pronounce, so I won't butcher it. But at any rate, the NBA has announced that they are going to launch an investigation into this situation, into this matter. But in the meantime, Giddey, there's not going to be any punishment meted down from the league in terms of fines, suspensions, or anything like that. So he is going to be continue to allow it to play, which is funny because considering looking at how this particular situation was handled by the association as opposed to what they did with Kyrie Irving, who what he did not illegal and didn't cause any harm to children. He tweeted out a link to a documentary that the Jewish community did not like, and the NBA acted swiftly to not only suspend him, but then publicly announce all of these Herculean trials that he had to accomplish in order to be allowed to come back to basketball. Whereas with this situation, none of those things are in place, and I find that rather interesting. What I also find rather interesting is that how the response in terms of reporting from your large scale sports media, or as I'm starting to call them, the sporting department of misinformation, they've been very, very silent on this. You know, the people who love to run and wag their fingers at men of a certain persuasion, like your Malika Andrews, have been very, and I mean very, quiet about this situation. If you will recall, this is the same Malika Andrews that on television basically waved her finger at Kyrie Irving because he refused to get the COVID vaccination. And yes, I said the words, okay? He refused to get it for his own reasons. But I guess when it comes to him, the whole my body, my choice doesn't apply. So we'll leave that where it is. This is the same Malika Andrews. And these are just some of her recent hits that tried to torpedo the best, up to that point, the best night of Brandon Miller's career by bringing up an incident that happened at Alabama where his teammate was the one who got in trouble. And she decided for no reason to insert that as he was getting drafted. Now, compare that to what she had to say about Chad Wheeler, where this dude, he literally tried to beat that sister to death. Tried to. As it was reported that when he saw that she was still alive after he attempted to kill, he said, "Oh, in surprise, you're still alive." She didn't have the strong response on that, nor did she when Hands of Stone Dana White put an ultra combo on his wife on film. She didn't get on television and she wasn't up in arms about that. She wasn't calling into Stephen A. Smith's show and trying to set him straight about that. But these other situations, she was all in a tizzy. But all of a sudden, she's the person who always has something to say, has nothing to say about this. It could be, I wonder, is it because the latter offenders share certain features with her current paramour? But I'll let you decide on that. And not only is she suspiciously quiet, but where's your Me Too? This would seemingly be something that they're tailor made for a man, at least in terms of social and financial status, is at a far level or at a far higher level than the alleged victim. This is supposedly the reason that this movement was started, but I've heard nothing from them. Tyrannosaurus Burke, where are you on this? Oh, that's right. You said that it's not your job to go after white men. So in their eyes, as long as the offender is white, that's all right. Because I hadn't heard anything from them, and I thought protecting women, particularly underage girls, from this sort of predatory thing would be the thing that they would get behind. And correct me if I'm wrong on this. A few years ago, did not the NBA have a whole campaign talking about leaning in, protecting women, and yet they have said nothing about this? You would think a league, and I'm not saying this as a positive or a negative, I'm just calling it like this, that's progressive, as the NBA likes to say it is, and has run advertisement about this, would be more proactive about in a situation like this, but yet they haven't. I wonder why. Could it be that this, that whole thing is just a farce, a smokescreen, if you will, to give the appearance of being about an issue while really not being? Because once the actions and what they said, it doesn't jive up. And as far as I'm concerned, as with these other incidents, it just exposes these people and their agendas and what they really think, because the outrage that they show is so selective. If it's wrong for Ray Rice in that situation with his wife, then it should be wrong when Hands of Stone Dana White does it. Should it not be? But the responses were totally different, and I think we know why. And so, with that being said, I think, like I said, once again, they're exposed. But here's another angle. As far as I'm concerned, the credibility of the NBA, which seems to be dwindling by the day for a variety of reasons, is on the clock. And we're talking to you, Adam Silver, because a lot of people have their grievances with you just in terms of what you've done to the game of basketball, by allowing some of these rules changes. But in terms of how you handle this, we're going to look at you and what you're really about as a commissioner, and are you willing to do the right thing? But we'll see. So I just wanted to get this out, because I was going to sit down and actually pen an article saying this, but I was like, I don't have time. I've got my phone right here. Let me just do a video real quick. But excuse me. What are your thoughts on this in terms of how the NBA and how is handling this, and how this situation is just being reported on as a whole? What are your thoughts on the situation? Do you think it's kind of in the process of being rug swept? So let us know what you think. We'll be back with more videos real soon. As always, definitely be sure to head over to our website at sneakershoptalk.com for all your sports, sneaker-related news and updates. We post every single day. So definitely make sure you head over there and check out what we're doing over there. And as always, we'll be back with more videos real soon. And as we like to say, tell the ones that you love them. Peace.